So welcome to the first tutorial of class 11, and in the first chapter we are just going to see the basic things about the computer. Now the first question is, what are the basic components of computer? So the basic components of computer, as you all know, that input unit, output unit, CPU, memory. So these are the basic components of the computer. So what is the input unit? Takes input and convert it into binary form. So it takes the input and converts it into the binary form, because the computer only understands the binary form. The next is converts output unit, converts the output in binary form to human readable form. So it converts, it is the opposite of input unit, that is it converts the from binary form to human readable form. Example is monitor and printer. The next one is third one, CPU. So CPU, as you all know, central processing unit. So the subcomponents of CPU are, first one is arithmetic and logic unit. So arithmetic means the plus, minus, slash and into, and the logic means less than, greater than, equal to, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, not equal to. Here exclamatory mark and equal to means the not equal to operations. Then next is control unit. So control unit controls and guides the interpretation, flow and manipulation of all the data and information. So it controls everything, the data that is flowing in the system. Okay. The next one is resistors. So resistors are also known as the processors. So processors temporarily hold processing information. So they hold just the processing information during the time the processing is taking place. So it holds all the data of which the processing is taking place. The next is main memory, or the primary memory. The memory which is accessed directly by the processor. Okay, this memory is accessed directly by the processor means the processor just executes from this memory. So the parts of the main memory are, first one is RAM and next one is ROM. So RAM is the fastest memory available and hence expensive, since it is fast, so that's why expensive. It is volatile, means once the current goes, the data is deleted. Its types are dynamic RAM and static RAM. So dynamic RAM, here in the dynamic RAM, the data that is there need to be refreshed again and again, even if there is a current. So that's why dynamic means the things that are in the memory, the dynamic RAM needs to be refreshed again and again. Here SRAM, here I have forgotten to write the static RAM. So the SRAM, static RAM, once it stores the data, it never deletes until the current is gone. Okay, so this is the difference between dynamic and static. So static is costly because it stores the data. Okay, so it stores the data, so that's why it is costly than the dynamic RAM. The next is ROM, read and only memory. ROM can only be read by the processor. So the ROM can only be read by the processor. The data to be stored in ROM is written during the manufacturing phase itself. It is non-volatile. So the data which is in the ROM is done in the manufacturing phase itself. You have seen that the laptop companies or the mobile companies have, if it is of HCL or it is of Lenovo, then when we switch on the computer, then first it shows the brand name. So that's why it is stored in the ROM. Okay, so in this way they can they put the data in the ROM. That's why always it shows that data and it can be overwritten. Then next, its types are PROM, means programmable ROM. So programmable ROM actually comes when we purchase it. It comes blank and we have to program. Okay. Then EPROM means erasable programmable ROM. So the types are UV, means ultraviolet erasable. The next one EEPROM means electrically erasable PROM. Okay. Then next is cache. So in RAM there is some memory for cache. So what is the use of cache? high-speed volatile memory available to the processor for fast processing. So the main motive of the cache is to allow data access for faster processing. Okay, the process of keeping some data and instructions in cache for faster access is called caching. So this is known as the caching, keeping data for faster processing. Then the fifth one is storage unit, used to store large amount of data permanently. So means it is a volatile memory. And here the examples are hard disk, DVD, pen drive. Here no current is required to save or to keep the data, and the data is permanently saved in these things. Okay, so this is the first tutorial. Thank you. I will give the notes in the group and you can write. Okay, thank you.